Hello and welcome to Race for the Title. The Race for the Title is a new deck building football card game coming to a crowdfunding platform near you soon. I'm here to teach you how to play the game, and I'm going to teach you how to play the game using the platform Tabletopia. And in Tabletopia it simulates board games for you if you upload all the graphics and all that sort of thing. But you need to understand the rules of the game in order to be able to play it. Now what I'm going to show you here is a solo version of Race for the Title. In the multiplayer version, that's for up to 4 players, there would be 4 of these playmats. See these playmats here? We've got Sporting, what United, there'd be another 2 of them, and maybe you'd have 4 of you playing a game of Race for the Title. But right now I'm going to show you the solo version of the game, and this is the basic setup, and we've actually joined this game partway through it, and I'm going to use this to teach you the rules of the game. We're going to pretend it's my turn as Sporting, playing against United. And when it's your turn, you can choose if you wish to play a match, or you can choose not to play a match. It's up to you. And what would make you decide to play a match would be if you have a strong enough lineup. So a quick look at the hand, rather at the table here. You've got this bench of 4 cards here. You deal 5 of them out into your lineup. I've done that already. And this is my active hand here, this lineup, plus the stadium and formation cards that sit up here. So I can only use my active hand in my turn, and what I need to do is work out what my total attacking score is to work out whether or not I'm going to take on my opposition in a match. So if you look at the bottom of each card, they've got a red marker there and they've got a green marker, and those tell you what the defense and then their attack attributes are. So this player here has an attack score of 1. This one has an attack score of 0. I've got 6 here, and I've got 4 there. If you add all of them up, it adds up to 11. That's 6 plus 4 plus 1. So my total attack score is 11, except Bass here is a Sporting player. Look at the badge there, it matches the badge here. And when you have a player from your club in your team, they get an extra attribute boost of plus 1. So the 6 for Bass turns into a 7. So my total attack score is 12. Then I look at my opposition here, United, and I work out what their total defense score is. So you're just looking at the red markers. That's 1 plus 1 plus 3 plus 2 plus 0. But look, they're United players, so they get the boost as well. So that becomes 3, and 4 is 7, plus 1's 8, and another one is 9. So they're on a 9, and I'm on a 12. What I'm going to do is roll the dice for my opposition. So they start on a 9, and they've rolled a 4, which puts them on a 13. I'm starting on a 12. I feel confident I'll win this. There you go, slaughtered them. So my total combined score is higher than theirs, therefore I win the game. Now, after you've won a match, you go over here to the league table, and they're shooting ahead, you see, but I've just got 3 points. That's 1, 2, 3. And the Race for the Title is the first team to reach 70 points wins the league. But right now the gap is 8. My turn isn't over yet though. I've won a match and I've used all these players. But now if I want, I can spend money in the marketplace. So let's work out how much money we've got. Well, this card here gives me an income of 2. And I've played a match, so I get gate receipts. And the gate receipts on this card here are 2 as well. So a total of 4. But I've also played the league leader. Whenever you play the league leader in Race for the Title, you get an extra 1 income. So my total income is 5. So let's work out what I can buy. When I look at the marketplace here, all the cards in the top row are too expensive for me because they're all value 8 or higher. I could buy this red card because the red card's value is 5, as indicated here. Or I could buy anything in the bottom row. They're all cheap enough for me. Now the red card is an interesting one. What that allows you to do, if it's ever in your lineup, you can use it to send a player off from any opponent. And that means that they go straight into their changing room and do not return until... well, I'll show you in a minute what happens when they return, but basically it does weaken them quite severely for 1 or 2 matches. But what I'm going to do is have a look at this card here. This card here costs 4, and every time it's in my lineup, I get an income of 3 for it. But I fancy buying a new player. I'm going to buy Iwu. Iwu costs 4 and is a decent all-rounder, so I'm going to purchase Iwu. So with my 5 income, I'm going to spend 4 of it on Iwu. And whenever you buy something from the marketplace, you put it straight into your changing room. You don't get to use it immediately. Replace the card, I've got one more to spend, but there's nothing worth one. So that's the end of my spending round. And any money you don't spend in this game is just lost forever. You don't keep a tally of it anywhere. So the last thing to do before my hand is over is I put all of these cards from my lineup into my changing room, and then I deal a new lineup like so. Oh dear, doesn't look very strong. Now I don't have 5 cards on my bench, so I take my changing room and I put it onto the bench now. I give it a shuffle and I deal the next card, and there you have it. I've got 5 cards out, and lo and behold, one of them is a new stadium. Now it's not my turn, so don't get to put my stadium up here, and this stadium incidentally gets me an income of 6 every time I use it, which is really strong, but I don't get to use it just yet. But right now my team looks really weak because I've only got 1 player out, and this player has a defense of 2. So it's a solo game. You play the hand for your opponent as well. We didn't put the opponent's lineup into their changing room because it wasn't their turn, but it is their turn now. When it's a solo game and you play the role of your opponent, they always attack you. And their attack score here is pretty damn decent. So they've got a 5 and a 4, but of course they're United players, so it becomes a 6 and a 5, so it's 11, plus 1 is 12, and plus 1 for this player makes 13 against my 2. There's no point in rolling the dice, it's a straight win for United, so they get the points. Now the solo game, let me tell you, has been designed to be very tough. So you can win at it, but it probably will be a very close run thing. Now, United have played their match. In the solo version, your opponent never spends any money, never gains any money, never spends any money. But you do the same routine of taking their used lineup, putting them into their changing room, and then dealing out 5 new cards every single time. And we see their lineup come out, and instantly we can see their defense is quite strong because they've got a 5 and a 3, but that's a 6 and a 4, isn't it? So that's 10, 11, 12, 13 is their total defense. And I look at my lineup here, and there's no point in playing them because my attack is 0. But the first thing I'll do is I put my stadium on top of the old one. So if I do play a match, I'll get an income of 6 plus these 3. So that'll be an income of 9 plus 1 because they're a league leader. Sometimes you play a match just because you want that income. And this would be one of those occasions. There's no way I can beat them because they've already slaughtered me higher than 6. So I'm going to say I've played a match anyway. United have won, so they go to 26 points. And my income is 6 plus 3 plus 1 against league leaders, 10. I'll go back to the marketplace, and this is the whole purpose in playing them, was I could get some decent income. So I could buy Janssen, who's a sporting player. So I get that attribute bonus if Janssen's in my team. And you know what? That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to buy that card. And then I've got 2 left. So I'm also going to buy this cash reserves card. So replace those. Oh, there's a tricky card that's just come out. The VAR card. So if you ever have this card in your lineup, well, it does what it says. You remove 3 points from any team. And that can be a very contentious but very useful card to have. So just as a reminder, if any cards you buy, you put them immediately into the changing room and drag them and drop them in as well. And that is the absolute basics of how you play Race for the Title. Oh, there's one other card that just come out. I want to show you about this first. So just before we remove ourselves from this arena, when it's my turn, I'll get to put my formation card up there. I'll just simulate that just now. What that means is this is a permanent increase on my defense and attack of 1 and 2 respectively, and that's always there. Of course, unless I buy another formation card and replace it, but that's always there, giving me that attribute bonus. So when United come to play me, and of course they will, because that's the way it goes in a solo game, their total attack is, what is it? 1 plus 1 for United players, 2. 2 plus 1 for being a United player makes 3, so that's 5, 6, 7. Their total score is 7. And my total defense is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But also, Seleng is a sporting player, so also 7. So just as a reminder, they're both on 7. We roll the dice. Oh dear. What does United get? Oops, How about that? It's a draw. So a point each. That's how it works. In fact, I cheated a little bit, didn't I? Because the formation card shouldn't have been used then. So technically speaking, United won that game. But I hope you get the drift of what this is all about. If you fancy playing this yourself, you can do on Tabletopia. And here's Tabletopia here. You go to tabletopia.com, you set yourself up with an account. And when you are on the website, you just search for race, or race for the title if you want, type the whole thing in. Click on that there. And what is this? Never seen that before. And what you get is an option to play the solo game or to play the multiplayer game. As I've said before, that's for 2 to 4 players, and you can play it for free. It's right there. So that's the basics of Race for the Title. If you want to read the rules, you can read the rules. They're on the website, by the way, raceforthetitle.com. And if you scroll down on the website, you can see where you can download the rule book. There's a straight link to playing on Tabletopia as well. And you can follow us on social media too. The rule book is a little download, and it's got a step-by-step guide for how to play the game on Tabletopia. So I hope you have enjoyed having a little look at Race for the Title. Please help me out. I'm promoting this on a very small budget, so if you get a chance to share and to like, and importantly to tell people about this game, then I'd really appreciate that. Alright, that's goodbye for now.